Welcome to the Elaad Testlab. The Elaad Testlab is a special lab because it's an open test lab. We test chargers, AC, DC. We test cars, trucks, buses, bigger material. And we test the interaction between the charging vehicles, the charging infrastructure and the grid.
So the advantages of this location are that we can test indoors, so regardless of the weather. It's a secure location, so it's all very well protected. We have space and we have high power, so we have 1.1 megawatts of connecting power at the moment, and we can increase that in the future. So this test lab is aiming at car manufacturers, charging station manufacturers, the information systems that manage the whole system, but also service providers who want to communicate to the vehicles to, for instance, offer smart charging.
There are 6 tests we do at the Elaad Testlab. First of all, the interoperability tests. During these tests, we check if an electric vehicle and a charging station are capable of communicating with each other. And for this purpose, we have a lot of different types of charging stations available: AC chargers, wall boxes, and a lot of DC chargers. The second test we perform is smart charging and bidirectional charging. We test if a charging station is capable of receiving smart charging profiles and executing them in the right way. And then we also check if a vehicle is also able to cope with different kind of smart charging scenarios. So is it able to do charging on different kind of speeds, and does it always conform to the limit? We always did it for charging, but now we can also do this for discharging the vehicle, so bidirectional charging. The third test we do is power quality. So we test on the emissions coming from the charging stations and the electric vehicles onto the electricity grid. But we also test on the immunity. So we also create a distorted electricity grid and check if the devices are still able to work in the right fashion when the grid is not optimal. The fourth test we do is the arbitration tests. If there's like a structural charging issue between an electric vehicle and a type of charging station, we can help these parties to get them together to work on a solution, and also offer this test lab to test the situation and see if we can find the cause of the issue and help it being solved. The fifth test is the grid operator test. Well, during this test, we check if the grid connection of an AC charging station is conform the specifications from the grid operators in the Netherlands. So if it in essence can be connected in a safe and practical way by the grid operators. After this test, you're allowed to install your public charging station on any spot in the Netherlands. And the sixth test is cybersecurity. Any charging station that comes here to Elaad, we do a quick check of the cybersecurity of this station and see if there are any open ports or any other anomalies that should be fixed.
When we test together with vendors, we find points of improvement, and we share that very discreetly with this individual vendor so they can work with their own teams to better their products. So in the first period, since we've been open, we've had a lot of tests already in this lab. Some of them were individual one-to-one tests, but we've also had a large number of tests with a group. So testing with multiple parties, of course, this space is very suitable for that.
We welcome you to test together with us at Elaad.